why'd you move on from Ari?
Well, I mean, listen, I did everything I could. We played him.
I'm saying, why'd you move on from Ari as an agent? Firing to another agency.
I was like, wait a minute, I did 8 seasons of the movie. I gave it The Office. I moved on from Ari Emanuel. I mean, I can't tell you why, just because it wouldn't be right. You know, you can't tell certain things that happened. It just wouldn't be fair.
Is it true that he demanded for you to be in that role, Ari Emanuel?
He never demanded anything, but I mean, because they were using his likeness,
Because there's a story that's floating that he actually said you're the perfect person for that role.
He didn't say that, basically, because he wouldn't have known that. Because I'd never played anything like that until then. He basically was given a list of actors who the creators and HBO thought either could play the role or, you know, there are certain names of people that are very high profile, me then not being one of them, who just can get things greenlit, and they may not be right for it. It's like, you know, Will Smith is gonna, but wait a minute, it's an Eastern European babushka, and she has a wooden leg. No, Will Smith will get this greenlit. Will Smith will play the babushka then. Like there's some things that you know, Christian Bale, some guys get things greenlit. And I wasn't one of those guys, I'm just a working actor and all that stuff. And I think he looked at the list, but you have to understand, like, Ari represented guys like Pete Berg. I had done a movie called Very Bad Things that a few people have seen, but like you could see that I'm an actor. I've been doing this since I was a kid, and you know.
But he knew you had certain qualities that you would be special for the role.
I
know.
No, I know what you're trying to get to, and it's interesting, and it's this narrative that's been created by certain people, probably you being one of them. And that's, you know, to tie me to this character. And the reality is, and it's coming from me, so it doesn't mean anything, but when you're a stage actor from Chicago, who grew up in a theater family and who studied acting his whole life and is from the stage, and when you breathe life and play authentically a wealthy, privileged, reactive douchebag, people then tend to, I mean, listen, I was in people's living rooms playing this character for years. So the result of playing something authentically is for people to believe that is indeed you. But our ideologies couldn't be more different. If you put the two of us up here, you would see we would look like two different human beings. I mean, I don't want to go into all the differences, but you know, we're two different people. And I think it became very easy, because that type of character, we all know them in every arena, in every group. There's one guy that like is very loud and abrasive and takes up all the oxygen, and there's always that guy. And I love to observe and take things in and disappear, and that's fun for me. I don't need to do that. A guy like that is looking for a stage. He wants to perform. I'm lucky enough to perform. I performed since I was little, so I'd rather watch everyone else. So I think what happened was, from the very beginning, and I wasn't prepared for it, was to report on me as if I was this character. And it was startling, it really was. But it was a great lesson for me, because what can you do when you're being portrayed in a certain way that isn't real? You can either like rail against it and get angry and let yourself get sick, or you realize that it's not truth and it has no weight and it doesn't bother you. You know, I remember one time I took my mother to a restaurant and we left, and the story was that I was screaming at her and everyone got up and left, and I was banned from the restaurant, and my mom said, "What happened? Did I miss something?" And she literally thought that because my mom grew up in a time when if you wrote something, it had to have some truth to it, you know. And I was like, "Mom, you were there the whole time." You know? And she's like, "Yeah, but why would they do that?" And I'm like, "This is the way it goes." And so that was kind of startling. And then it just kind of spiraled. And it's a fun, easy story. Oh, he's the guy that plays it. And it looks so real. So if we say that, like, he went crazy, people will be like, yeah, I bet he went crazy. I've seen him go crazy. It's really, yeah, he's crazy.